Thank you for meeting with us today. My question is, how many times do we have to repeat the same mistakes until we wake up, until we realize this is not the solution, this is not moving in the right direction? We're taking 2 steps back to trip 1 forward. We're walking into an era of totally unpredictable weather, completely unknown circumstances previous to might have been arising, as we have seen with Fukushima currently raining down on us daily. We are noticing it in so many forms. We can't even eat from our own Hudson River, go and talk about our own backyard. If you really care enough, look at the history and think to yourselves, how many times do we have to repeat the same mistakes before we realize we have the solutions? They're clean, they're here, they're domestic, built with our own hands. And yet, we refuse to wake up. We have meetings like this today. The fact that there isn't a revolt going on just by the simple fact of this being offered, put to the table as a theory of a solution is maddening. And I hope everyone here is ashamed of themselves for stepping up and speaking as if this could be something positive. Unsustainable jobs, unsustainable energy, unsustainable direction. Wake up! Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Thanks again for the opportunity to address a very concerning facility looking to be constructed over here. One thing I would like to start by saying is the term natural gas is an oxymoron. It's not real, it's not true, that is not a proper terminology to use. Just stick with gas, because it is not renewable, it's not sustainable, it's just because it comes from the earth does not make it a green source. We learned that with the dinosaur blood. So let's start by admitting something has to be omitted from this information, is the word natural from the word gas. Another thing I'd like to mention is that we're located apparently on according to New York State, a seismic level C area. And Dutchess County rates 15th out of 65 places expected to potentially have this type of annual potential event. We need to consider these like never before because of the painful lesson we continue to learn daily from Fukushima. We do not want this in our backyards. And unfortunately, as we learned from Fukushima, we can't escape it. It's everyone's backyard regardless. And that's the unfortunate side, is that instead of looking towards sustainable resources, we're actually considering something that isn't going to be taking us into the future at all whatsoever. It is actually a delusion of circumstances moving forward. 25 jobs and this major risk we're looking to introduce to our area for no reason. As we do have the solutions, as I've mentioned before, we really need to consider also the adjustment to the area that they're discussing about entrances, exits, ways, the shuttling of folks back and forth. I want to understand who pays for this. Is this a tax dollar issue to accommodate bringing this to the area? Because that would, of course, be completely unacceptable to accommodate the location for something so dirty and so dangerous on our backs, once again, as we've seen with the Hudson River and situations of this sort. We also want to understand the footprint that we're now removing from that very land. What is the impact of the stormwater retention, the impact on the village or the area infrastructures? We want to make sure we reduce that as much as possible, leaving the who is entitled. First and foremost is our people. The right, the access to clean water and clean air and a safe environment is first and foremost before profits. Before any of this develops a price tag, you need to consider the worth of removing something so vital, so necessary. And if we thought we saw fighting over oil, we haven't seen anything until we're fighting over water, clean water. We thought we were worried about the noises something like this could make. What about the noises of a child thirsty for clean water? We're going to take this and put it in an incredibly hazardous circumstance that we're not even really identifying. We're dancing around it as if this is something that should go on, could go on, or would go on. Get used to the idea. Get used to it now. That it is unacceptable, completely unacceptable to surrender our most vital, valuable elements for something so wrong. So with this meeting, with this time we take here today, not only do we need extra time to navigate the pros, the cons, but we also need time to understand, what are we in this for? Are we in this to sell every last possible element available to mankind? Are we willing to put it up and auction it? Because this is what this is right now. And we need to really take a serious, painful look at it, because it is on everyone's doorstep. It's in everyone's backyard. It's in everyone's food. It's in everyone's reservoirs. How much more of this can we take? Think about that. I hope we stay up at night thinking of this and work ourselves around it and into a future of sustainability, because that's where it is. That's where it begins. That's also where it ends. And it begins yesterday. So please start looking forward into the future and protect what we have left. Because there is nothing like being without the most valued of resources. And you have yet to discover, because it's coming. At the rate we're at now, we're not far off. So start adjusting and start thinking forward, because we need the people to speak up and get angry about it. Because if you're not paying attention. And you need to. Go home, open up your computer, go to the local library. Learn about Gasland. Learn about different documentaries that could really pull it out. Food Inc. Go far into it. Learn about the spectrum that revolves around taking these types of things and considering them something that we could just absorb and not consider putting it back, or the implications of our needs, our desires, our wants. All of this has to be re-gauged, reconsidered, and put the values back where they belong. Our health is not for sale. Our health is not for sale. Our health is not for sale. Get used to it. Thank you for being here tonight.